coverage of President Trump's federal takeover of D.C. as the Labor Day weekend moves forward. National Guard members are stationed all across the district, and joining us to discuss the latest developments of the federal takeover is Dr. Roger Davidson, Associate Professor of History at Bowie State University. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I want to start with the mayor because despite her previous criticism of the D.C. takeover, this week we heard her say that the federal surge has had a significant impact on crime and that she greatly appreciates the surge of officers. Tell us what you think is behind this shift in position for the mayor.
Well, I think the mayor has to try to walk a tight line in maintaining control of the D.C. while trying to work with the federal government. And so she would like the partnership. I mean, in reality, there was a reduction in crime. She wanted the help, but it's how the help is provided. She needed 500 or 400 more police officers, and that has been provided through federal agents. But at this point, the imposition of the National Guard, bringing the National Guard might be a little too much.
And now we see the attention turning to what happens when the federal agents and National Guardsmen leave. The chair of the D.C. Police Union warning that current crime trends won't last. What's your opinion of this?
I agree. I mean, you can send in law enforcement, you can intimidate criminals and run them underground, but until you deal with the source of the crime, why are young people or others engaging in crime? Until you work to deal with that, it's going to come back. They need federal agents and others to work with communities, and that tends to help. Back in the late 80s and 90s with the war on drugs, indeed, you had federal agents and others coming into D.C. because the mayor asked for help, and they helped to reduce crime. It worked. They worked with the MPD, they worked with community activists, and they helped to reduce crime. And that's the kind of thing we need now. You have to gain the trust of the people you're trying to protect.
I'm wondering what you think about D.C. residents and how concerned they should be now that that police union representative described it as a bad law. He was referring to a law passed by the D.C. Council and saying that it's going to now lead to the loss of 120 officers this year. How troubling should this be?
It should be concerning. I mean, the mayor and the chief of police state they need help. They need more officers. And to lose 127 more, well, that hinders any efforts that they have in place, any policies they want to put in place to reduce crime in the district. In fact, it'd be better if the federal government, again, could work with the mayor and MPD as partners and not, as this great oversight. I'm sure the administration is seeking to leave things better than the way they found it, and they have, their intentions are good, but sometimes good intentions can go awry if you don't listen to the people you're trying to help.
So we heard the president say that he might extend the takeover, but we know that we're going to need Congress to accomplish that. Will Congress do exactly that and extend it, and if so, for how long?
I wouldn't know how long. I believe right now with the Congress that we have that they will. Republicans are going to back the president, and if he intends to extend this, they may go along with it. The only real hindrance would be cost, and it's costly to keep National Guard forces, deployed for long time. So that might be a hindrance, the cost. But I believe that they, and this is just personal, that they will extend that. And they really have to, if they're going to do that, there needs to be a detailed plan as to what the National Guard will be doing. I mean, right now they're engaged in the beautification program, and they're protecting mostly, federal lands, if you want to call it protecting, or, walking around in federal lands, backing federal agents in the efforts to reduce crime. But it is a costly endeavor.
Yes, and much more to come. Dr. Roger Davidson, Associate Professor of History at Bowie State University. Again, we thank you so much for being with us today.